Hello everybody. So here I have another Cuisinart. You can see maybe I need to kill that light. Kill that light. There we go. A little Cuisinart right here. Boom boom boom. Kinda really been through the ringer a little bit. Well, not much I can do as far as cleaning that part up. I'm not gonna really mess with that because I'm just hired to put an edge on it. I'd like to, clean it up, but nah. So we'll basically set her up. We'll use this handy dandy tool right here. I kind of don't get it or understand it, but when I understand, it goes in there like that. Loosen this thing up. Basically, it has this thing go in and out, in and out, in and out type deal. Get it to where it rests on the stone, like so. Boom, boom. Take your blade, stick it in there, push all the way down to where it touches, or all the way, well, touches, boom, boom, right? And then you tighten this up, and that's your depth of your blade, touching here, boom, 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 and then you bring this scale up to what you want it to be. So I want to do a 15 on it, so I bring it up until it matches, until it hits my 15 mark. And I'm at my 15, which is right there. Whoops, I'm a little high. You bring it back down. Right there, 15. 15, lock her down. Lock her down. And that's supposed to be a 15-degree bevel. Okay. As you can see, I took it off. It says 15-degree level bevel right there. Oh, you will soon see. Turn it on. And away we go. Keep down, keep down. Dry it off. I'll show you what it supposedly did. Now, if you can catch that, let me zoom in. You can catch that edge. Kind of hard to tell. Get closer. You can't really tell. Well, back out. We'll go add some more. can see that one now. It took a little bit to get it. Man! Come on, focus. Focus. It's there. It's a little better. So how are you guys doing? Tell me where you're from. Tell me you find this stuff interesting. Like I said before, this kind of relaxing, soothing noise, grinding back and forth. Of course, now I basically have to use the sunlight outside to basically see what my edge looks like. Because I don't have the overlight on. It's a little dark in here. A little dark. I'm going to turn the light back on. Sorry guys, but I need the light so I can actually see the edge. And that looks pretty good. It's hard to tell. There you go, maybe you can see that better now. Like you gotta get the light just right to reflect off that edge. Go this side. Back here is a little thicker. So when you hear that noise, I'm grinding, I'm getting into that thicker part back here. I'll go back and forth. You don't know if you guys can see it in the video or not, but the stone is water, and for some reason, as it evaporates, it seems to me like the stone drops down, so it has this wobble now. It's kind of crazy. I don't know if that's just the material, gravity taking over, and the material's getting crazy, or what the status is, but I'm just riding on top of the stone. So the up and down motion doesn't really do anything as far as affecting the grinding of the aspect, because the blade's going with the stone up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down. Yeah, I could resurface the stone, but then I'm taking life away from my stone. You know, making it to where I'm shrinking it, making it smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller. And I'm like, dude, I don't want to make it smaller. So I just live with it. I just, you know, sometimes you just live with it. You got, it does the job. As long as it's nice and quiet and you ain't getting that like really hard, straight, like missing spots. As long as you ain't getting that, like, you know, certain missing spots or whatever, it's okay by me. Try to make your bevel, make sure your bevels, you know, your whatever your grind wants to be even. You don't want to be like thicker here or bigger here or narrower there. You get that way by how much pressure you put down on your stone. When you're grinding like this, you put a lot of pressure. You're changing kind of the apex. You're changing how it grinds. So you don't really want to do that. But if you have like a thicker spot, yeah, you push down a little bit on the corner, get rid of that thicker spot. But yeah, you just want to keep it nice and even, back and forth. You just want to, use that puddle of water, that water puddle right there, as your gauge, as basically showing your contact point of your stone. You've got a nice, good, even flow of water across the stone, or across your blade, in that where it's touching, then you know you're flat. You're flat on the stone. You're not like off on an angle. You're basically keeping this thing flat. That's what you want to do. You want to keep it flat. You really just basically just let gravity take its course. You're just guiding the blade across that stone, nice and even. Don't push. You don't want to put a lot of pressure down. I mean, I think a lot of people, what they do is they think, oh, well, you can knock it out faster if you really like dig right into the stone and you remove more material faster. Well, yeah, you probably could. You could do that. You could do that. Grind that hell out of the stone, grind, the blade edge to get a quicker, faster edge. But why? Why would you do that? Just take your time. Patience is a virtue. Yes, as you see, I'm riding this Gallagher edge right here. Trying to make sure my levels are the same all the way up. Looks like I'm a little shallow here. So that means I just go into the stone a little more like that. You want to go even. You don't want to like do like, oh, I only do like a certain section, and then I'm done. No, because you want the edge to be even from the front to the back. They say, oh, you know, if you'll get that like swirly marks. You can see, you know, the uneven cut, an uneven shave. But I have a burr. There's a burr right there. This is a small one. I don't have much back here though. Let me get back into that area. Let's see. What side should I do? Okay. Now I got that. We're going to take my. I have 400 grit. So everybody else I see uses freaking like 250 or whatever. I do 400 grit on my thing. They say supposedly by doing this against the stone, whatever your end result, like this is 400, so I'm actually changing the surface to like what 1200 grit. Do I have a way of actually verifying if that's actually true? I have no idea, but that's what they say. It changes the stone pattern. I mean, you can kind of tell it sounds quieter. So maybe it does. Maybe it is changing how much of a the action of that is. It's kind of like smooth it out, quiet it down. And it's nice and smooth and quiet. So maybe it could be. Alright. Looks good. Looks good on both sides. We will take it out of the clamp. Turn this off. And then we will go to my handy dandy. If you've been following me, you know what I do. My handy dandy grinder over here. It's hard, doing all this, trying to focus everything in, get everything just right, so you guys can all see, and whatnot, but my camera skills, my freaking whatever, I don't care. I'm not putting all the effort into trying to do a pristine job, whatever. It is what it is. I do the best I can. Okay. Turn this on. Put a little wax on it. And then, how about it? Usually when I do this, I try to get it right on the edge of the blade, right up on the top, right on the apex. I don't go down the freaking side of the blade. I just get right on the apex, and I just burr that edge. Get rid of that freaking micro burr, is what they call them. When it's all said and done, you can run your fingers down. I run my fingers back across to see if the burr's gone. I don't feel nothing right there. I don't feel nothing on the back side. When I throw my thumb down along the edge, I can feel it grabbing, parts of your skin. That thing's sharp. That'll hurt somebody. So, that was that. And then, of course, you can take and do the, take a piece of paper. You can do the paper task. You can take and boom, boom, take a piece of paper. And you could cut through just like so. It's butter. It's super sharp. Boom, 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 all the way down through. Anybody can do that. This is packing paper. This is what Amazon puts in your boxes. So it's whatever. I'm assuming it's the same thickness all the way through. So it's almost like maybe magazine paper or whatever. Nice and sharp. So we're done. Now we just take and clean it up with a little bit of rubbing alcohol. See, I got 90% alcohol value right here. So I just basically spray the blade down. Boom, 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 boom. And I take my somewhat clean rag and I wipe it down. And I use my thumb and I go down against the edge to remove any of that wax that I had, that's there. Remove that. And the end result is this. We bring you back down so you're not seeing my face. Boom, boom. The end results. And the end result. It's hard. I mean, I'm looking through a little freaking screen, so it's like I'm trying to see if my edge, my eye, it's different when you're looking, so you gotta like try to get whatever. But there's your edge. And like I said, that's sharp. That'll hurt somebody. Okay. That one done. Boom, boom. And I got another one. I got a purple one. Let's knock out the purple one real quick. Okay. I'll bring you back down here to my stone. We will zoom you back out like so. And then we will pull this out. See what we got here. This is more of the more used knife. So I don't know how they're sharpening them or whatnot. But good lord, it could be a dishwasher issue. You know, it's not the perfect looking condition knife. And realistically, you know, if I had the buffing setup, I probably could remove that. But then it takes whatever, takes that crap out of there. It looks like she's been hitting it with a wooden rat mallet. The back edge right here is all boogered up, all kind of boogered, like she's been hitting with wood to cut through things because it lost its sharpness. She wasn't satisfied. It's not sharp anymore. I mean, I can feel a little bit of burr, like the edge has been rolled over. So maybe that's the problem. But yeah, she wasn't happy. She kind of freaking had at it with the back of the bone.